Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 and the Survival Series. Right, so it's now June the 1st. Money's shot up to 46,000. I have been busy pretty much selling off all the remaining logs that we had from when we did the clearing for the new field. The corn has sprouted up. I've also been really busy with making sure that everything's fully fertilised, so all that is out the way. So pretty much now with the crop fields, all we need to do is just let them grow. I did do the weeding as well, so crop field 1 had weeds in it. I've taken care of that completely. We didn't get any in field 2 because we ploughed, so we didn't have to worry about that. But everything is pretty much set up on that front. So in this episode, we're going to be focusing on making sure we start mowing the grass because that's ready. Obviously, we want to be doing silage bales and selling them because they make really good money. Not too sure if we're going to work on the bunker this time round. I think I might just aim for silage bales and sell them because they are still really good money and it's a lot less work. And with us not currently tackling anything on the shopping list that I had, which was definitely a new telehandler or wheel loader, and also I do need to get a few other things. But I think without getting them now, like a bigger size trailer, which is something I wanted as well, yeah, without getting them, I think it's just easier just to focus on the bales this time round. I've also made a new track going up to the sawmill, which I'll show you in a second. But I think the first thing I want to do is have a look at this area here, because I've been seeing a few mods which are basically like racking or shelving that we can get, which I think will be a lot better than that, because that, in all fairness, looks good, but it doesn't actually work that well, especially when you're trying to get a big bag out of this, because you can't open, if you get the right way, you can't open these, but then sometimes it's just a bit of a pain when lifting these out. You think it wouldn't be, but it really is. So my idea is to get rid of this completely and put some racking in just about here, and then we can have some of the area as well for our front loader attachments, wheel loader attachments and so on, and I think that'll be a good idea. So first thing we need to do is we're going to get rid of this tree because it's kind of in the way. If I can just find it. There we go. There we go. So that's that gone. And then we need to start moving some of this kit out of the way. We're obviously going to be using this for it. Now, talking about wheel loaders, I have been looking, like I said I would. I wanted to do a bit of a showcase, but the problem is I've not found anything that's in the price range of where I'd like it to be. I have found a really nice old school JCB telehandler. It's actually the Farm. I think it's Farm All Edition or something along them lines. It's actually in the Polish pack, and we did use this in the Survival Series, I think, on FS19. I have used it quite a bit on FS19, and it is actually out on FS20, but the problem is, yeah, it's just too expensive. It's like 98,000 for something that looks pretty vintage, in all fairness. It's not... I don't think it's probably the right price. So what I have been thinking of doing is maybe searching online, seeing if I can actually buy one in real life and how much they would cost me. Maybe modifying the price so it's a bit more in line with the real world, and then we can probably aim for that. Because I would like to use something that's not fancy. And if we're spending £98,000, we may as well just spend 108, I think it is, or 100 and something, and buy a proper brand new JCB telehandler. So if I'm going to go down the route of using that, I will definitely adjust the price to fall more in line with a second-hand or even a brand new one, because I doubt we can probably buy it brand new in real life because they are old. But if we can find something that's newish and price, and just try and get a few prices to take a reference on, then I'll definitely adjust it down. Because this wheel loader, as good as it's been, we are definitely in need of an upgrade. It gets stuck as well in first gear quite a lot, so yeah, I do have to manually tell it to move up to second gear, which can be a bit of a pain. And also with it not having many attachments, that's always been an issue. We're literally tied with the bucket, the bale spike and the pellet fork that we've got. We can't put anything else onto this, so it'd be nice to have something with that kind of them options and the choice. Another thing as well, it's not got a high reach, so as you can see now, this is an issue. So this getting that in was a pain, never mind getting it back out again. I honestly think we might be stuck on this one. Looks like we are. So this is another reason why we definitely need another wheel loader. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm actually going to try and sell this. Yeah, and then I'm going to hope that that just falls to the ground. There is only one way to find out though. So if we just click it, say I want to sell this. It's still floating, but I think if we touch it, it should come back to life. It's not sure what's just gone on. Obviously, it's a bit confused. So let's grab this. There you go. So it noticed that we were near it, and then it kind of, the physics played a part again. So we just need to move this out of the way, finally, and then we can move some of the attachments as well, because we don't want them sitting behind. And then going forward, we can actually put these on top. I think the big bags are easier on top, especially if we get a better wheel loader that can actually reach higher up. There we go, that's that. I think I've got the bucket I've dropped somewhere else, which I just did. And this is the only one now, the bale fork. Yeah, so we've got some space now to place this in. So let's have a quick look at what we're going to do. I think it's probably going to make sense to get rid of, let's do some painting, and we will just put grass down. Maybe extend it out a little bit like that, just to give it some space. We don't want the bushes going into this racking. So I've got quite a few mods in here, I really have, and they're all for the decoration side of things, how I've been making this map. But if we scroll all the way to around £1,000, I think you'll start seeing the racking that I've added. Now I have got 3 options for us. Thinking have I gone past one, but I don't think I have. So there's one of them, but I don't think that's the best one. Personally, I like this one because it's got 3, and they're all technically off the ground. There's also this, which is a pretty good option because it fits just right, but I don't like the fact that that top one's got a bit of a roof on it, just because I feel like getting a big bag would be difficult with that. So I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to put in 2 of them. Just like that. And I think that is much better. It really is. So now we can obviously place big bags on the top, preferably, because it means we can reach it. We're not going to be able to do that with that though, fortunately. But we can just try put them on the middle and then see what happens. So let's first jump in and start putting these front loader, well, it's wheel loader attachments just on the bottom shelf. And it means that we know where they're stored. You know, they're easy now to get to. I think I can obviously, I think actually if I move across I can put 2 on there and the bucket to the right. I think that's a good idea. There we go. Already looks much better, more organised as well. So finally let's do the bucket, and then we'll use the pallet fork for big bags. The good thing about getting another wheel loader, we can get more tools like I mentioned, so we can actually get ourselves a nice big bag lifter, probably a better bale spike as well, something that can hold more. You can get them longer pallet forks as well, so if you're actually picking up, if you stack them up right, you can pick up 4 pallets in one go. So that's pretty good, especially if we're trying to move more onto the production sides, pallets of wood, the plank, sorry. That would work a treat for them. So let's stick the lime in first. I think this is the lime. It's either lime or fertiliser. These bags confuse me because the lime and the fertiliser are identical on these bags. So we need to find out now if we can fit it on the second shelf. See, it doesn't even work on the second shelf. So we're going to have to wait until we get a proper telehandler to do this. But in the meantime, I'll just place them out of the way. It's a shame this doesn't lift any higher. And there we go. Small little change like that makes a massive difference. It really does. Right, so let's have a quick look over here. We can have a look at the crop as well. So you can see the corn is really starting to take shape now. We're in growth stage 3 out of 6. Yield bonus is at 98%. We couldn't be at 100 because we didn't mulch, obviously with it being a brand new field. And if we also jump over to this one, you can see that this one's as well at 98, just because we haven't got a mulcher. But maybe next time around we can mulch just to get that extra 2%. I mean, it probably won't be much, but it's still good practice to try and do everything. Also, with the logs and where we're at, thinking about it, we do need to get another field. I'm thinking the third field would be really important, because as soon as these logs are no longer going to be a regular source of income for us, we do need to start having something that's constantly going to bring us money in. And I think the more fields, the better it is, especially as we haven't got many animals. We haven't moved to that side yet quick enough. But yeah, fingers crossed we can get another field somehow within this clearing. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but we are flying through already. We're already in June. But I think instead of placing any buildings down, I might try and start to do another field. So I did take a load of logs. It was the second load I did. It was the final load, in fact, of all the logs that we did from the first clearing. But as you can tell now, I've made a second track. It's still a bit uphill, still a bit bumpy on this side, but overall it's more of a gradual increase up to this level, let's say. So we just float down here. I'll show you the track. It's pretty nice as well, and it works its way around the back of the farm, and it just gives us that second option to get to the sawmill. So we're probably just right behind the cows now, or the cow shed, which is just there. I think it's actually a lot less travelling to do this. There you go. So we're right behind, and this is where the track is. So overall, that's not as bad. I mean, to have that track at the start would have made a massive difference, but I think we've technically earned that now. Right, so let's just try and load up as many of these as possible. I have got some already 5-metre ones cut here, but I do need to cut these ones probably. I think it's... no, I've done them ones. I think this one needs to be cut into 5 metres, but let's just quickly see how we're getting on with just these ones first. And then we can try and free up the John Deere to do some mowing. That would be ideal. I don't think I'll be able to grab 2 with that one, so we're just going to put this one in first. I am looking forward to doing the corn, and I think maybe we should go and buy the header. I think it might be a good idea to just get that done soon, so at least we've got it all ready for when we need it. Right, so I think this is going to be the last one. I have chopped up another tree there. Well, it was already on the ground, but I've given it the 5 metre, as you can just see there, the marker. And I've tried to get as many in, but I think this one's going to be the max before we start having a little bit of issues. But we could probably fit more in, actually. But we'll just leave it at this one. There we go. Job done. I'm happy with that. So we're going to now free up this John Deere to do some mowing. So I am quickly just going to drop off the front loader attachment here. I think that'll be fine. And we also want to get rid of the rear weight. So I'll quickly just go and get the mower. I'll hook up, get it in the field, set up a course play, and then we can go and take them logs. And then we can have a look at the money just to see if there's anything that we should be just getting now. Thinking about it, we probably can't get a wheel loader, so we may as well just go and get some other tool. We do need a bigger trailer. We also need the header for the harvester so we can get to work on the corn. But I think it's probably best for me to set everything up first, see how much money we got, and then we can make that call. There we go, that'll do. So the mower's in the field, working its way off. I've just started it going, so it shouldn't take too long. So let's quickly just go and take these, and we can have a look at the route from the other way around. Still, it is a nice track this is now. It's going to be much easier to get from the clearing to the sawmill. I do want to start looking as well at trying to sell more of the pallets that come off, so when we get the planks, I think we should start doing that, because we're going to make more money by doing it, and it opens up more productions, because I think at some point we're going to move over as well to productions when we've got the money and also the resources, because a lot of the time we need some grain or something else. Bit of a steep climb that is, but it does it, especially in this. So around about here, if we can stop it, there we go. Take off the strap in and we'll see how much we get. We shouldn't get 6,600. I thought it'd be about that. We didn't fill it up to the max. But as you can see, we got these. So this is like 3,000 litres of this. And 1,000 litres of planks, if we have a quick look. I'm sure it's pretty good money. I really am. So let's have a look. Where are you? Planks. 1,300. And it's actually at a really good price. So not bad money at all. I think it's something we should probably start looking at. But let's head back down. We'll have a look at what's on offer. We've got our list that we need to start chipping away out of items we need to buy. So when I park this away, we'll have a good look and see if we can buy something before the episode ends. Right, so just having a quick look in the shop. Now, the main thing that stood out for me was one item right at the end, which is this conveyor belt. This is a really old school style conveyor belt. I've never seen anything like it, but it is a conveyor belt. Now, I think for 5,500, this might be an absolute bargain. I think we can buy this second hand, and when we do silage in a bunker, this will come in handy. It means that we can just pull up with a trailer, and if we get ourselves a larger trailer as well, it's going to improve the way we do things. I mean, currently we can only hold 15,000 litres in the trailer we've got, so if we get one that's 20, maybe 25, depending on what we can find, and then this, I think this will be a game changer for us. It really will. On the list, I did have a bigger trailer, forage wagon, better wheel loader, a feed mixer, but that wasn't as important, and then a planter and a header. So we bought the planter. We do need to buy the header. That's definitely our main priority. Forage wagon would be really useful as well. So if we got a forage wagon, a trailer, and this, it wouldn't matter so much if we didn't get the wheel loader. So what I'll do is I'll head down to the store, but the thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drive down with the flatbed trailer, because if we do buy the header, I might be able to pick it up and put it on that and then bring it down. I'm just not 100% certain if it'll strap down. The only reason I say that is because if we take it down with the harvester, we're going to send the harvester down to the store. It isn't the fastest vehicle, so it probably makes sense to try and do this. But thinking about it as well, we're going to have to bring quite a lot of stuff back if we do get the conveyor belt as well. So we'll see how we get on. But I think the best thing to do is head down and see if we can actually fit two things on this trailer. I think this might either be a really good idea or a really bad idea, but there's only one way to find out. So I'll head down to the store and I'll start purchasing some stuff and spending some of this money. So I've set up auto drive to bring up two tractors. So I've got the Landini on its way with the trailer, and I've also got the Hurleyman on its way. Speak of the devil, we've got the Hurleyman on his way as well, just in case we need it. Now, I'm going to try and aim for 3 items if we're lucky. We have got these tools that we can use to help us along the way if we do need to bring it onto the trailer. So fingers crossed that'll help. Let's just quickly part this up a little bit better so it's not going to block the route of the Hurleyman. It's probably, yeah, there it is right now. So let's try and swing this probably about here, and we can have a quick look in the shop. So first thing we're going to do is we're definitely going to buy the conveyor belt that's on offer, which is that 5,567. We won't change any of the paintwork. That's that. Now, looking at our list, we obviously need a header, so let's pretty much just get that now, because it means we don't have to worry about that in the future. Now, because of the harvester we've got, it doesn't have its own header, so we're pretty much stuck at what we've got as options. So what I'm going to do is, instead of getting a John Deere one, there's this one that's, it's called the Corn Champion. It's 19,000. It's a bit of a multi-functioning header. It can go to any harvester, so this one should work a treat. It's 3.4 meters, so not the biggest, but we haven't got biggest fields, so it should do. 19,000 for this. Let's get this, which leaves us with £26,000. Now, we could go with a bigger trailer. We have got one in here for 14,000, which is much bigger. I think it's definitely something we need, but I think, looking at our priorities of what we want, I think a forage wagon, a bit like that, would be perfect, but that's a bit too expensive. Now, there is one in here that I've found, a mod. If we just have a quick look, you can see it's only 5,600. It holds 7,000, which is probably needs editing, because if you look at the size of this one, it's a base game one, it holds 16,100 litres and it's 30,000. So this is the exact same size, this is. If you look at the size of that, and then look at the size of this one's probably a bit bigger in all fairness. So you could say that it might hold 18,000, maybe 20,000 litres, but if this one's holding 16 and that one's only holding 7, there's something wrong there for me. So I will edit this and I will make sure that it's probably around 20,000 litres. But I am going to buy this. I do like this a lot. And I think for the amount of money it is, it makes sense to do this. Double axis, yeah, why not? It'll help us. And let's see what the colours are like. I do like the blue. Just trying to think which one to go with. I think the darker red, I think that looks pretty good. We can have a look again at this just to see if anything else would go well with it. I think that looks pretty good as well. But I think I might stick with the blue. Yeah, let's get that. Why not? 5,700, it's left us with 20,000, which means we could actually still get this trailer after all. And that is a pretty big pickup wagon. We've done really well here. For the money we've got, we've done really well. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to send this one back. We do need to go and park this by the bunker because that's where it's going to be used. And it is huge. Look at the size of that conveyor belt. I've never actually used this. Don't even know how it works. We might have just wasted 5,000. But I'm hoping it works a treat, in all fairness. Right, so I think this is a good spot to test things out. So let's just try and tip a bit of silage on the ground here. Like I said, we are going to get rid of this. This isn't going to stick around. So we want to make sure we pick silage. If we find that. There we go. We don't want it to go 100 metres. That would be mental. 5 metres should be good. And let's put down 7,500. That's plenty. Plenty. So now all we need to do is pretty much detach from about here. Move that out of the way. Plonk that there a second. And we need to then start this up, unfold it, give it a bit of a shove in the right direction. It's doing the moonwalk. Now, the moment of truth is, will it pick up the silage? And what's the radius like on it? It does. Look at that. How cool. We are actually picking up silage. So if we brought a trailer now underneath this, it would pick it up. I think this is a bargain. This is going to work a treat now and save us so much time and effort with using a wheel loader to get in. So I'm happy that we've made a good purchase. So let's fold it back up. And then what we can do, turn it off. And I'll quickly just get rid of this pile. So we want to clean the tip area, 5 metres, 6, 7. There we go, all gone. And then what we can do is just park it pretty much right next to the bunker. But I think it has changed my plans for the grass that we're mowing right now. I think it basically means that we're going to row this up and we're going to pick it up with a loading wagon and place it into the bunker. And we're actually going to get using this because overall, when you think about it, it will be less work than baling, then wrapping, and then obviously manually loading them bales onto a trailer. So I think this is definitely now the way forward. But we do need to go and fetch the corn header from the shop, so I'll quickly just send this guy back up to the shop. There we go. It does need repairing, it's saying, but we're not going to sort that out right now. I'm also going to Control T this, which just means that as I skip through, it will not skip through that anymore, because we don't really need that. And this header worked a treat on this trailer, which I'm very surprised about, because technically the strapping has hold it in place but from underneath. So that's great news. So let's go take this to the harvester, test it out, and then I think all we need to do is wait for the mowing to finish. And we can't do any more work in this episode. It has gone on quite a bit, but at least we've done some shopping and we've got some new toys ready for the upcoming harvest and also for the silage. We're in business. There you go. So we've got ourselves a corn header. We may as well just park it away like this for when we're going to use it. But that's great news. Job done. Got the corn champion. So now we can actually start harvesting, obviously, the corn, but also if we did want to do sunflowers, we can use this as well. So maybe next time we can do some sunflowers. So I think let's just go have a quick look at the grass field. Probably best way to just to see. There you go. So he's completely finished. We can get rid of the course, and we can probably start rowing this up very soon, because then we're going to have to pick it up and put it into the bunker. There we go, that'll do. So finally, before I end the video, I'll just see how far away he is from the shop. He's right here, so we may as well do the rest just to save a bit on cash. We are sitting at 20,000. Now I did want to buy a trailer, and there is one that's on offer, but it's not the best because it's a dolly, and I do want to try and avoid the dollies. So what I am thinking of doing instead is waiting before spending that money, because we do need to get the trailer before we obviously need to sell the silage, or around the same time at least. So it probably makes sense to just wait until hopefully another one comes up on offer, and then we can improve on the 15,000 that we can currently hold, because personally I think if we aim for 25, that'll be ideal for where we're at right now. 25,000 litre trailer is spot on, and we should be able to achieve that. I mean, we're at 20,000, we've got plenty more logs to chop down and start selling, and we are going to be making some money on the corn, and very soon, if not probably now in fact, might be right time to sell the soybeans that we've been holding on to. So June it is. So 1,132. We've got some soybeans that we did in the last harvest, which is this time. So actually, before I end this video, I'm going to drop this off. I'm going to fill up that trailer with the soybeans. I'm going to go sell it just to try and make a little bit of extra cash, and it'll put into context how much money we make from the trees and the logs compared to doing a harvest of one field of soybeans, which is what we did previously. And it really doesn't turn out to be that much. 8,000 litres on hard difficulty doesn't actually pay off. It really doesn't. Right, so here we are. It does actually hold 18,000, this trailer does, when it's in the grain configuration, but when it's actually in the silage one, we can only hold 15, so it's a pretty good trailer. We'll keep it. We'll definitely keep it for grain, but I still think getting a bigger trailer is probably something we should do. So let's have a look how much we get. We should get pretty much just over 8,000, probably around £9,000. Not massive, but obviously it helps for the amount of work that went into them fields, well, the one field. To get 9,500 just shows how difficult it is when we haven't got logs, because on hard difficulty, logging is still really, really good money. So if we were playing on a map without any trees, well, we'd be nowhere, well, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we are currently. So that has really helped us progress quite a bit on this series. Is it weird how I've got one strap there? God knows. So I'm going to go back and part this away now that we've sold all the grain. I'm also going to make sure that I do the rowing in the grass field so we can pick it up with the loading wagon. The pickup wagon itself, or the loading wagon, probably going to edit that. Like I mentioned, it is definitely too small capacity than what it should be, looking at the size of it. And I'm also going to have a look at that wheel loader in real life just to try and find the price. Just if it is around the price that was 98,000, then fair play, I won't edit it. But if it is a lot less than that, I'll probably try and come to a medium price, maybe 50,000, something like that. It depends what it is really, but we'll definitely need to look at a wheel loader. And I think for the way it looks, it is quite an old wheel loader. I personally don't think that that should be 98,000. But we'll have a look, and I'll edit it, and then if we need to, we can obviously buy it. If it comes on offer as well, that's always a bonus, but I don't think we can rely on that. So on that note, I am going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, because that really does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.